Hello, my name is Joshua Martinez, and today I'm about to talk about the Colfax massacre. And what is the context behind and the background behind this massacre? Well, the Colfax massacre happened in April 13, 1873, where it happened in Colfax, Louisiana, where a deep-rooted of anti-black violence that was permitted in Southern society after the war. So basically, it's after the aftermath of the Civil War, and mostly black Republicans and white supremacist militias were involved in this massacre, which I'm about to talk later on about this. And what is it about? Well, this article is about a anti-black violence that had happened, but black Republicans and white supremacist militias were involved, which the black Republicans surrendered to them, which in turn the white supremacist militias had killed them. Over 150 men were killed, and then it was a standoff. It was a standoff between the black Republicans and the white supremacist militias, which in turn they died, and 150 of them were dead. And and what is the purpose of this article of the Colfax massacre? Well, the Colfax massacre. Well, I'm sorry. The purpose of this Colfax massacre was that it symbolizes the violent backlash against the black political empowerment, which it says in the article, quote, this massacre symbolizes the violent backlash against black political empowerment, which was the white supremacist militias that was involved. All right. What is the language's basis and public sentiment? Well, the language and basis in public sentiment was the language of the language of this article it has is like where a reconstruction of policies, well, which they granted to the African Americans civil rights and political power, and then many of the white Southern responded with fear and hostility. So the main point of the language that it has and the basis of the public sentiment it has is that black defenders were involved. Black defenders were involved, which are the black Republicans, and the white supremacist militias were involved too, which the black defenders surrendered to them, and the white mob slaughtered them at an estimate of 150 men. So the language and basis in public sentiment was, for example, in Colfax, Louisiana, a constructed local election led to a standoff between black Republicans and white supremacist militias. And what is the audience of this article? The audience that this article had is that black Republicans and white supremacist militias were involved in the Colfax massacre, which the black Republicans surrendered to them, the black defenders, and and they slaughtered 150 men, which symbolizes the violent black ash against black political empowerment, which the white men were scared of them. They were scared, and so it was between a standoff. And what insights did I gain from this article? Well, from what I read, hmm, from what I read, it has like a lot of racism and murder too, because it's the Colfax massacre, and I'm and I'm questioning to myself that why why are they killing black people, and why are they doing this? Because of the violence of the aftermath of the war, of the Civil War. So that is my insights of what I have read from this article, and I'm starting to question that when the aftermath of the war, it probably happened when two parties starting to fight and massacre each other.